Hi and welcome. Today I have a piece in my art journal book that I just kind of folded some Bristol smooth papers and put a cardstock, craft cardstock cover on it. And because I can't find one that's got Bristol smooth paper, so I've decided to make my own. And I think the next one, I think I'll make it a little more professional. Anyways, I'm covering the base of it with scraps of that Tim Holtz collage paper. It's called Document. So it's kind of like aged labels, receipts, just looking aged and everything. So I'm using collage medium and I'm putting it down liberally to put my pieces. Now these are scraps that I'd already cut off and just applying at random. I don't have any plan for where they're going. I'm just putting them down. Sometimes they get all kind of bunched up, especially when they've been scraps. And so occasionally you got to just rip a piece off, unless you're okay with creases and crinkles, and that's okay. I try to get as much of the wrinkles out as possible, and that's not too difficult, especially if you have enough collage medium down. And I use this silicone, I don't know if you call it a brush because there's not any bristles, but silicone spreader or spatula. Actually, I'm not sure the correct term of it. I need a new one because mine's got little gouges. When you take collage medium off a nice thin edge, sometimes it rips it. It wasn't an expensive one, so it's I don't want to say that the quality was bad. It just was a cheapo one. So I'm ripping pages off because I don't really like straight edges other than on a straight edge, like the edge of the page. So I'm kind of just paying attention and ripping the edges randomly. Now that one will be a straight edge, so I think I do cut it straight just so it is a straight edge. And it's okay to layer, put one on top of another. That's perfectly fine. And I think kind of helps with the layers of darkness, like maybe it's going to be a little darker where you've got two laid down. You do want to make sure that you clean off the fold line of the page so that you don't have a bunch of collage medium hardening on your fold line. And I just have a couple spots that are not covered, so I cover them up. And I think in both of these areas, the focal point is going to be covering it, so I'm not concerned about it at all. Collage medium is a fairly fast dryer. You can determine whether you want to cut with it kind of messy and have to clean your scissors or wait for it to dry. You do want to pull it apart from your paper though, if you do like me and put a piece of paper behind to kind of protect anything from going on the other paper pages behind it. And I usually stick something there, whatever I've got handy, just to kind of keep my page elevated while it dries. And once it's dry to your satisfaction, you can trim your pages. I'm gonna add a little texture paste. I'm just putting my focal image down to kind of get an idea of where I want my texture paste to go. And so I've decided I want it around the left edge and then at the upper right. So I'm taking one of my favorite stencils for just random stuff, little dots, little squares, and going to run that down the left side of the page. Not a whole lot, just kind of bringing it down. Actually, I think I do go all the way down it on the left side. Looks like it on my piece in here anyways. And then just a little bit in the upper right corner. Well, I guess more than a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'd come back and just add a little bit. So it's all the way down the left side. And now I have to wait for that to dry. If you have anything sticking out from your page, you can just run your finger down and wipe it off. Okay, my texture paste is dry. So now I'm going to add just a few collage pieces, and I'm going to add some vintage photo. Now, some of these, I fussy cut this out. I print them. I bought it on Etsy, printed it on 90-pound white cardstock, but I fussy cut it out, but there are still some very small places in between the flowers that are white. So all I do is add some vintage photo in between the flowers, just so I don't have a white area sticking out. And especially on this background, it just kind of looks like the background. You really can't even tell. So I'm adding just a couple pieces of ephemera other than the focal image, and just going to glue them down first so my focal image will go on top of those. Keeping it monochromatic. Did I say that right? And except for the flowers. Well, there is a little red in the papers, collage papers. And I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to add some vintage photo around the outside edge. And then I'm going to do some gold splatter. Now, if you watch, you know I often tell you I don't know where. I don't know. I think this is available anymore. I've had it for a lot of years, but I know there is really nice gold acrylic paint that I think would work just fine for a gold splatter, or maybe you already have something you use for a gold splatter. But this is kind of metallic-y and has a real nice gold shine. So I'm going to give that a little dry, and I think that is it. If you have not subscribed, I invite you to do that. If you like this piece, give me a thumbs up or a comment. And got some final pictures coming up about now. And that's it. So I'll see you next time.